Welcome. So it's now 12:30 and our guest of honor has arrived. And if you haven't been in the building, I noticed that there's a lot of boxes outside of his office. So he's starting to empty some of those papers that have accumulated for a number of years. Bassey came here 35 years ago. And I remember when I arrived for my job interview, Bassey drove me to the airport and we got to know each other very well on that drive. And we spent 33 years working together since then. And it's been a great joy. And I've learned a lot from you. And the students have learned as much from you as well. So congratulations. Ah, you have a little helper back there.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Did I hear you say that I am 35 years old?
Something like that. Yeah, that's right.
It's more than that. Good day, everybody. Please, I am depressed already, so please respond too by way of call and response when I say good day.
Hi, Bassey.
Hi, Bassey. Hi, Bassey.
I love my call and response. Just to inject a little dose of humanity in the space. To be honest with you, I'm sitting here with tears in my eyes.
Oh, yes.
And I'm not kidding you. When it comes your day, you will understand what I'm talking about. Because this has been my community for a long, long time. In a sense, most of my adult life has been tango with all of you. I may have come a little bit earlier. I am surprised I'm still here. For some of my brethren are gone. Bruce is no longer here. I don't want to start. No. I am surprised I am still here. So upon retirement, which is the beginning of the rest of my life, I'm just going to take a few minutes with you and not pontificate too much. What I think has made me successful is to serve with a deep sense of gratitude. I will never forget Judy Litrest. We met in graduate school at U of M. I remember the paper we published in that class based on the research we did in my favorite professor's class, George Shapiro. We elevate the ante and publish the project we did in that class in the Journal of Business Communication. That was 1982, fall of 1982. So Judy is in some sense who brought me here because I happened to apply and Art Grachek told me that Judy was in that committee. And as soon as she saw my application, she moved that the committee should just go ahead and bring me over. No interviews needed. And that is how I came. So Art Grachek called me. I was in my office at the U, actually St. Paul campus, where I was doing some work there. So Art said, "Oh, you have a job." I said, "Where's that?" So I don't remember being there. And he said, "Oh, once upon a time, your classmate, do you know Judy?" I said, "Oh yeah, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes." She said she was in the committee. As soon as she saw my application, she said she moved that the committee should say yay and bring me over. No interview necessary. Point of gratitude. And I have been here for 35 years. And what that tells me is that the quintessence of success over time must be service. So I came with somewhat different kind of attitude of humility in the face of great things to serve. I realized that service is the quintessence of greatness. And that service must be done with humility. It is not ego or the attitude of, oh, I'm smarter than somebody else. No, I have encountered that. So, besides gratitude, a deep sense of gratitude is like being grateful for being alive. What about that? It's like counting your blessings. There's gratitude there. So I am not suggesting that you necessarily have to embrace all of my aphorisms. No. But what would it say about me if I don't remind us, the family, the humans, the colleagues, the friends, and my brother sitting over there? What would it say about me if I don't inject a deep sense of gratitude? Because it touches on all of you. All of you. I'm grateful to my brother Scott. We come from the same hometown called Riverview. We spend most of our times here in Riverview. We come from the same place. We live here in Riverview. And I will miss that. So I am grateful to stumble into angels like that. Jeff Ringer gives me a pen. Every semester I get a pen from him. I have a whole collection of pens from him that will last me for a lifetime. I'm grateful. Gratitude is why I am here to speak to you. And for those of you that have extended goodwill, you know who you are. I am grateful. For my brother Dan, Wilderson, I am so grateful. You see, we may never cross paths again, but at this moment, in the context of the country we find ourselves now, I am grateful.
Me too.
That you will rally. That is why I'm so gratified to see Jane. I think Jane might be, is it Northern England? Did she go to study abroad or not? I see in our Facebook, Black Lives Matter. That is the challenge I'm going to leave with my colleagues. I saw an angle of Jane that I didn't know was that deep and authentic. So, find the good and embrace it. Then my gratitude will not just be just episodic gratitude, but a lifelong, ongoing, infinite depth of the significance of our lives. Because now I realize upon reflection that it's not the size of my house, how much money I got, or the clothes I wear that really counts or matters. Or the fact that I survived stroke all kinds of surgeries. I'm a witness of colleagues that I came before them, who are gone. And I'm still here. I'm grateful. So, my brethren, it's a very emotional time, to be honest with you, where you reflect on life itself. So, my late dad taught me something I will never forget. But in the kind of business he was a principal for 30 years. And he called it service. And he said, it is not work. It is not a job. He called it service. He said, service and work are so distinctively different. Work is what gets us into rat race. He said, son, you can win the race and remain a rat. Is it rat race for us, or is it quest for service? Some of you won the race. What have we become now? You call it rat race. You win the race, but be careful. You might remain a rat. That's where humility comes in the face of great things. So he called it vocation, a call. Some of you serve as if it's a calling. It's not about ego. It's not about how many degrees I got. It is about vocation, to put people first, serve them with humility. I thank all of you for years that Suzanne will play her magic so that I can get my flowers when I return from hospital. I have remained a mystery in so many ways because I'm not too good at gossiping, because that's one way you circulate. So upon reflection, maybe it is a good thing that I don't get myself into the business of sniping away and putting folks down. No, hell no. So what I would like to wish all of you is simple. I will be around, but I think I might also move to another part of the country. I am not 100% sure when that would be the case. And for all the sacrifice you will continue to make, please remember this, because it's a question that I asked myself 35 years ago. To ask not what St. Cloud State University can do for me, but what I can do for St. Cloud State University. It's what gave me the audacity to fight hard to create the Center for Teaching and Excellence that we have today from Bush Grant. In fact, IFO, they voted it down when I took the proposal over there. They voted it down. But President Bass, who said, hell no, If faculty cannot clamor around a place for excellence in teaching and learning, who else would do that for you folks? He supported me. He called administration folks to give me an office. I was given that office in the basement of the, what is the College of Business now, or School of Business now, to continue all of the efforts to make sure SCSU, we designated somebody, the team, the committee designated Mike to talk with the architects to put in Center for Excellence in Teaching and Learning in that building. That's how come we have that space now in the building. I had to fight to ask not what SCSU can do for me, but what I can do. I noticed everyone clamored to be director of the center thereafter. Folks who had nothing to do with this wanted to be the director of their center for their resume. So I am happy about creating the St. Cloud Area Leadership Program, and I put it at the Chamber of Commerce. It's still around. And the Chamber is using who is who in the community to sustain that, because I wanted to inculcate or groom a cadre of emerging leaders. That was the name that I called it, Emerging Leaders in St. Cloud, for board of directors or those who might want to run for office, because the university had no succession planning of any kind. And a very successful program. And that was, that came about using my students in the summer class to begin the initial designing of what St. Cloud Area Leadership Program will look like. And that became a model for Duluth. That became a model for Wilma. That became a model for Moorhead. And I spoke in all of those places during their first graduation ceremony. I would drive to Moorhead. I would drive to Wilma. Duluth is another one. So I retire with a little bit of pride, because I stuck my neck out to serve, and do so with humility. So I salute all of you. I should say a word or two about Diana, who is, to me, she is extraordinary. I have never seen somebody rally to do the work that used to be done by two staffs. I don't know how she does it, and still smiles every day. I don't know how many fingers she's got, but I secretly counted it. It's just how many fingers I got. She types so fast. I have never seen anything like that. She can even type with her eyes closed. I am grateful. Ms. Hawkins, thank you for loving my children. They can stop talking about you for the grace you've extended. Timmy knows they used to be little kids. But you meet them, they're much taller than me. They're incredible giants. So, folks, Scott Wells, I don't know how I'm going to do it without hanging with you. In the few days I have left, I will be living in our house, Riverview. I trust you, you'll be nice to me. But don't come too near, just give me 6 feet. I'll give you 6 feet. And for the new brethren that have come in, Dave Park and the other brethren who's just come in.
Alex.
Alex, where are you? Darren. You look like a nice guy. So I am grateful. Thank you, Suzanne, for your contribution for Books for Africa. Wendy, those that graduated from my alma mater, Dan, I will never forget you. I proudly call you my brother a while ago. We survived to tell this story. Professor Secklin, I want you to know we are neighbors and we might be neighbors for life. Mala, Professor Mala, I see the smile on your face. I trust that my brother would take very good care of you. I am confident about that. And Sister Ada, where is Ada?
She's not here.
She was a few minutes ago.
Uh-oh. Ada, are you still there? I didn't forget you. And I know brethren will extend my greetings. Matt Vorel, I remember talking with you. I believe you may have been in, no, I talked with your advisor in Colorado during the search. And I am proud to present you on this last day, present you again to the department. So I am very happy with the decision that I pushed as chair of the committee. And I said a while ago, find the good and embrace it. So I'm going to quit talking and give you folks a chance.
Whoever wants to chime in can chime in on their own.
I'll start. I think I'm the first person alphabetically anyway. So Bassey, this is hard. We're going to miss you. Certainly miss your perspective and your vision. I've often thought that you think on a different plane than the rest of us do, and I think some of that was evident as you spoke this afternoon. I wish you good health and the continuation of all of your favorite projects. And I actually looked for some quotations that reminded me of you. One of them completely reflects what you've been saying this afternoon. It's by Albert Schweitzer. And it is, one thing we know The only ones among you who will be truly happy are those who have sought and found how to serve. So you must be very happy indeed, Bassey, because that is what has been your life mission. And the other quote is more about retirement and how it's a transition between what we know and what is to come, and so is uncertain. And as I get closer to that point, I can feel that tension. And this is by Soren Kierkegaard, and it goes like this. Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. So you're moving forward and looking back at what you've accomplished here, and you should feel really good about that, but also anticipating what is yet to come, which none of us can entirely know, thankfully, because wouldn't that be boring? So wishing you my best.
Very good. I have a quote by quote book. I will give it to Diana to put in my mailbox for you. Those two quotes, I thought at the point that maybe you got the book. They're in there. So I am so gratified by that. So please check with Diana for the book in the mailbox I will put for you.
I'll go next.
Sure.
Bassey, you used to pass me in the hallway and we would always say hello and you'd say, Dr. Spry, how tall do you feel today? And when I was sometimes feeling very low, as we all do, I would say, oh, I don't know, Bassey, I'm not feeling very tall. And you would tell me how tall I am and how tall I should and could feel. You were one of the first people to assist when I had some difficult losses throughout my life. And Bassey, your big heart was there on the first day when I had a difficult family loss, and there you were. And you asked me if you could hug me, and of course I said yes. And I'll never forget that. It assisted my reentry into our community. You've always been a great supporter, of course, of all of us. You've always been a great supporter of performance and understood the pedagogy of it and the possibilities of it, Bassey, but you've been a big supporter of mine in difficult times, and I know every one of us could say that. And I thank you for that, my friend. I thank you.
Thank you.
I wish only wonderful things for you, but of course that's going to happen, whether we wish it or not. All good things are going to happen. To you and your family, my very, very best, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you from the depth of my heart.
I'll go.
Thank you.
That's okay. To lose a colleague whose aura dances on the borders of legendary is a big loss. I'm going to miss you. I've learned a lot, and I know that our students have learned even more. And so, as you've said many times to all of us, I see and predict great things for you, my friend. I think that fits right here. So, Godspeed, Bassey.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Pam. Go ahead, Pam.
Okay, thank you. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Sorry, I had problems with my microphone. So Bassey, I first have a message from a student of yours. Her name is Elizabeth Allness. You may remember her, and I spoke with her recently, and she wanted you to know that she was just this week promoted to the Human Resource and Office Manager at MagStim Medical Company in Eden Prairie. And she attributes this promotion and her success to you. And she also wants you to know that the only textbook she has in her office is Leadership by Northouse. And that is, and so she also asked if I could share. She said, here's an outline of why Bassey is awesome. The next, I'm reading her text. How much time do I have to talk in this meeting? And then she said, I attribute a lot of my success to my leadership skills that I've learned throughout the years. And he taught me how important it is to be a leader. But he also taught me we can never lead if we also don't learn how to follow. And she wishes you all the best and says that she knows for a fact that she's representative of hundreds of students who you have impacted in this way, and that your influence lives on. And so that is from Elizabeth Allness. From me, I want to say congratulations on your retirement, Bassey. I will miss sharing our hall, seeing you in the hallway. I will miss sharing our office wall together and hearing each other on occasion. Your students, I definitely know, will miss you. I'm not sure who will miss you more, me or your students. Your impact on me also lives on. We are truly neighbors for life. I look forward to the next time we can bump into each other and I can beat you too. How's it going? Thank you.
Thank you,
Congratulations,
Pam.
Bassey.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Bassey.
Yes, my friend.
I just want to thank you for all the positive reinforcement that you've had for me for the last, my 32 years. I never went away with an interaction from you not feeling better about myself. You also never failed to ask me about Joe. You would always end every conversation and say hi to your man Joe from Bassey. I always did that. And I said, say hi to Abiki as well. But this is definitely a time of transition. And I'm just really, really grateful that our paths came together. Best wishes, Bassey.
Thank you. And I mean it when I say to you that I attended your wedding, and after 32 years, you have not changed.
Oh.
You know? So, and I'm not kidding you now. I speak from the heart. See, so congratulations, because it must have something to do with the quality of your heart. I know you don't smoke. You might say hello to fruit juice every now and then, but the bottom line is the good heart that you have goes all the way back to your parents. And thank you.
Jen Hawkins.
Bassey, I
Yes.
just have to say thank you so much as one of the newest people in the department. Every time I saw you, your spirit and your presence were what Matt kind of said about aura, that your spirit and your presence just bring a sense of calm and bring a sense of kindness and bring a true sense of oneness with the other. And it was just really lovely every time I was able to bump into you, or sometimes you stopped by on your way out the door because my office was on the route. So I want to say thank you, and that I feel so gifted to have known you for the little bit of time that I've had the opportunity, and even to just listen to you now. And I also want to tell you, like, I know that I've shared it before, but you tell those children of yours that I've been gifted by them. They have gifted me so much, and I hope to continue to know them as well as you. So I just want you to know that the beauty that you have in your spirit and your soul has run through to your children. And I was able to witness that and to be with them. And I really just appreciate you very much. And it is a huge loss. And Black lives do matter. And we will be doing the work that needs to be continued. And I just wanted to say all the best and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Hawkins. I really appreciate your presence.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bassey, I just want to say congratulations and best wishes. And thank you for all the kind words and the sweets that you gave me in the last semesters.
Very good. Thank you. I will never forget you. You know, I will call in, maybe a little email to say hello.
Yep, you do that.
You see, I will. That's for
Okay.
sure.
Bassey,
Yes, my friend.
well, first of all, I'm wishing you everything you wish for in this transition.
Thank you.
Secondly, I just want to echo the sounds of the profound impact that you have had on our students to move to be servant leaders and leaders who know how to follow, as it's already been said. And that theme has also moved us into this notion of what it means to be an ethical leader too. And I thank you for that. And then I also want to say before I have finished my remarks is I have been, as so many people have said here, uplifted by you when on those days that we shake our heads and we're thinking, what? And you come in with an incredible moment of just presence and help me to think differently about who I am in this moment and this time. And the last little story I have was just before the COVID separation, and I was racing down from my office to the main office, as I'm often wont to do because I've inevitably left something in the Xerox machine. And you were out there with a student, Professor Matua was there, and I raced by to go get my thing because I was in such a hurry. And you said, what? You don't even have time to slow down to say hello. We all laughed so hard and came back and said, yes, of course. And it is those small moments, of which there are so many for everybody here speaking with you today, those small, beautiful, hello, I see you, we're here. So I'm going to miss those as I'm running down to the Xerox machine to gather what I need. But thank you for all of those reminders. Thank you for your kind words to me always. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Professor. Thank you. Yes.
To the Riverview roommate, one of them, I watch you closely, Bassey, and one of the reasons perhaps I spend so much time in Riverview is because, as many people have already stated, we're all better people being in your presence. I think through osmosis or just being in your presence, I hope to garner some of that knowledge and to pick up some of your spirit and your persona. So I know I'm a better person. And so we're gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you greatly, but I know we'll keep in touch. And as I watch you, I know how much you give to your students, and I thank you, and I've learned much because of that. So thank you. And
thank you.
Be in touch.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I will miss you dearly. But now what we have left is the power of memory. You see? And in case you wonder, how am I going to absorb this, all of you? Is the realization that memory can be very healthy if you want it to stay healthy. And because of the healthiness that you've infused and the power of memory, then it becomes something that you can feed on. It's like you give it some sense of longevity because of the healthiness that you infuse in memory. Like never forgetting how many pens that Jeff Ring has given to me. This healthy memory. I have not even used them. I just like to pile them up. You know, I saw the pile this morning, to be honest. They look so pretty. So folks, all of you constitute my healthy memory. I got a pile of you like that. And that is my mommy, my late mom is there. My late dad is with you, all of you. Healthy memory can be created. And you use it to energize yourself, and somebody will be wondering, what is wrong with him? He doesn't pay bills? I do. I just happen to grace myself with healthy memory. I'm going to take all of you with me. You say, wait a minute. How do you do that? So fear has poked me into 100 hiding places, one of which is pretended gaiety. I'm sick of a string of have a nice days. What I want is passionate days, wondrous days, blessed days, and surprising days. I wish you passionate days. I wish all of you blessed days. I wish all of you surprising days. And thanks to all of you. Who else would like to say something? Please go ahead, because this existential anguish called cleaning up my warehouse here, I got a little help today, all the way from Bahrain. Comes all the way from Bahrain to help me. So your grace today is already elevating.
Well, Bassey, a couple
Yes.
things.
Yes, Dan, brother Dan.
Yeah, Brother Bassey. That's an honor to know you as that. You know, you talk about service, and service is about giving, not taking. And I think as we get closer, farther along into the career, closer to retirement, which I am also getting closer to retirement, not disclosing when that will be, but certainly thinking about that, we begin to, or continue to do more intensive reflections upon impact and the value of what we've done. And in the service, in the giving, we often don't keep track of what we give. I mean, some people do, but I don't think that's what you have been describing. And in the not keeping track, we can lose touch with the impact that we've had. And I think Pam's bringing the student narrative in and the references that other people have made to students, I would like to echo that too. And then I continue to run into students who don't even know now that I'm a professor in the Communication Studies department. The two new guys, I have been, but I'm the director of the Center for Holocaust and Genocide Education, and I was also privileged enough to be appointed to the Center for Excellence in Teaching and Learning too, prior to that. But I'm still a professor of rhetoric and teach in the Communication Studies department, but I've been just reflecting upon all that, and that these students will show up and they'll reference you, they'll talk about you, and their whole perspective in the world is significantly affected by your perspective. And I want to say something about that, I want to use the word transcendent, because every time I encounter you in the hallway, in the parking lot, next to our Toyotas or wherever, Dong Kong, there is an understanding of the world in a transcendent way. Your whole concept of leadership as a humanity goes beyond what some people think in terms of leadership. And it gives us something to reach toward, even though we don't know exactly what that is. That's the inspirational dimension of this, and gives people possibility. And the few times that we have had an opportunity to talk together with some of your students in the Leadership Institute, it's clear that they benefit from that, and they see that, and that's what ignites that fire in them about the possibilities. So I've also been your student. You taught me, have taught me over the years that community is a covenant of promise. And we're so fractured right now, it seems, in our country, in our world. And that value that you always hold out there, it's a light, it's a torch burning, has given me hope and grace and opportunity to rethink myself and what I do. I felt a certain camaraderie with you. You have taught organizational communication for years, and there is an applied dimension to your teaching. I've been more rhetorical, but I think we're also brothers in that, brother rhetoricians. And I have distinguished between micro rhetoric and macro rhetoric, micro rhetoric being, you know, how to give a speech and the 5 canons and all that. But there's this macro rhetoric, and you were talking about it today in terms of memoria and memory, and taking it completely outside of the box. And that in Greek society, and you've often cited the Greeks, there is this arete, this thing that people do to develop their capacity, not for their own sake, not for their own pride, not for their own vita, whatever, but rather for the community. And I think you've lived that, actually. I really do. And you have helped me understand that that concept and that value in many ways. And please say hi to Esco. He's probably enormous now. Just I haven't seen her for years, but I do remember them, and I don't know what to say. Retirement is something that is one of those things that's hard to put into words. Huge transition, but I'm confident that you will weather it just fine, and want to stay in touch with you. And I'm entirely grateful to you, Bassey. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. Thank you. Wow.
So Bassey, that's quite a summary, I think, of your career. It shows you the impact you had on all of us and our students and the department. I remember numerous times when the department was discussing really difficult issues, and at the end of the discussion, you would frame things in such a way that brought it all together for us. You were the font of wisdom for the department, and I'm so appreciated that. And our students, you know, you were the primary teacher of 341 in the department. You taught most of the sections, and you, in that role, you had a tremendous impact on the business students as well, because many of those students were business students. So not just from our department, but from those students graduating with the business degrees. We really got a stamp on them primarily because of you and the fact that they were attracted to that class because they wanted to be with you. You had a huge impact on the department, and I'm going to miss you just like everyone else and wish you the best.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I will always remember all of you because the collective energy of the collective, I suck it and pull it all together into a web and put it in my heart and walk around, and somebody will be wondering, my God, given the fact that this guy is 71 years old, how could he still walk around like he's not ready to die yet? It is a tour de force that you construct every single day. Like, what am I grateful for? What is it? Am I living life day by day, trying to heighten the quality of the day for somebody else out there? Have I done that? If not, hurry. For life is too short. Hurry. So I just want you to know I've converted all of you into energy already. And somebody would ask me, what are you going to do with all that bundle of energy? I'll say, I will invest to make me invest in that energy, put them in here in my heart so that I can live longer. Is that why you don't walk around like you pay bills every day? I say, yes. That is a secret. Well, it's not a secret anymore. Just a life of gratitude. Grateful for my brethren gathered here, coming to grace me too, and I capture the moment. And I humble myself to not forget it. And I mean it, just so I can live a life of significance. I thank all of you. And I will thank you every day. I am so grateful.
Thank you, Bassey.
Sure.
A good send off. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. So thank you everyone for being here today, and thank you for everyone for contributing. We'll miss Bassey so much. And I'm surprised. I see all those papers on that desk. I thought it would take you forever to get rid of them, but the boxes are piling up already. So we wish you the best, Bassey. Thank you for everything you've done for the department.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.